Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Today is November. Oh, I better go out. See you on there, Nate. Today is November 4th, 2020, the day after of the undecisions that precede us down south. So, yeah, special day today. Anyway, today's quote, which is from November 2nd, because I forgot to switch it again. It goes as, whatever the mind of people can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So there you guys go. There's today's quote. November 4th, 2020. Today is Wealth Wednesdays. And as usual, we got Nate Edwards here from, I also want to say Instagram.
From IG Wealth.
IG Wealth, yeah, sorry. Nicole, yeah, November 4th. What did I say? Did I say November 5th? Was I saying November 5th?
I missed it.
Oh, it's November 4th. Anyway, welcome, man. Today is Wealth Wednesdays. Today, we're talking about wealth. What you got? How are you? How are you?
Good, man. Good.
Oh, shit. Sorry, man. I'm forgetting stuff. Give me a quick sec. Check out IOPPS.ca for your daily jobs. Don't forget to check out my nephew's Eston's Crazy Corn on Facebook. Awesome popcorn. Canine Action Project as usual. Save the Res Dogs on Facebook, Instagram, and saveresdogs.com. And also, don't forget you can buy your tickets. Nate, buy your tickets, man. You become rich. Chase the Ace Treaty 6 draws on Facebook every Thursday at 7 p.m. We didn't have one last week. We're having it tomorrow. So get your tickets, man. Lots of money. Okay, sorry. There you go, man. How are you? Good?
Good. Yeah, I was actually just looking at the election results.
There is no results. That's the thing, man. Now they're doing mail-in ballots.
Well, it's still right now. I mean, that's crazy. It could go either way right now. Like Nevada seems like it's probably going to be. Oh man, even that's super close.
Yeah.
All the ones that are left, like all the states that aren't decided yet, are like insanely close. Like Michigan is like. They each have 2.3 million votes, and they're 3,000 votes apart.
3,000?
That's it. And they each have 2.3 million. Like, that's like a fraction of a percent. It's insane.
Morning, Michelle. Man, we got a lot of viewers this morning. Great. Oh, see, man, people like Wealth Wednesdays. Maybe they want to know if I'm going to talk about the election like we are right now. Probably have. I don't think there's going to be results today. I don't think till Friday, man. Like Trump even just said he's going to the Supreme Court to try stop all the counting or something. Like it's like honestly the greatest drama in the whole wide world right now. And no matter what side you are on, it's nerve wracking, man. Like the Trumpsters, they want him in, and then the Dems and everyone from Canada on the left, they want. Biden in, and everyone's just like, yeah. Morning, guys.
Didn't seem like it was going to be this close last
night. You can, yeah. Now, from now on, no matter what happens, you can never trust the polls because, like, Trump's always been behind in the polls, and like he's just hammering it out, man. Like it's crazy.
Well, those pre-election polls, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was not a little bit behind either. They were saying there was like only a 10% chance he would win, which is like crazy. You never see that. And now look where we're sitting. It's like just a handful of states could easily go either way.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. And like I did a podcast last night on relationships, and we were I didn't even want to do it because I wanted to see what was going on. But then I figured, it's not going to be over because usually, growing up, you always knew that night who was going to win. You literally don't know who's going to win now.
No, and what's scary is that Trump's big thing has been he's been against the mail-in ballots the whole time.
Yeah.
And now it's going to come down to the mail-in ballots, so he's going to challenge that he doesn't like the result because it came down to the mail-in ballots.
Yeah, here's his other scary thing. He's going to the Supreme Court, he's stalked with people on his side, which is scary, man, right? Like it's a
weird world, man. It's a very weird world.
It's just fucked. Yeah. Rocky Boy had an election yesterday too. Right on, right on. Yeah, you guys, you know what I'm gonna do? I want you to know I'm gonna do another podcast. And it'll just be for fun. It'll just be on my Facebook about the election because last night I tried having one with Vice Chief David Pratt from FSN, but his internet was acting up because he was upstairs in the house, and yeah. Anyway, I want to have another one again to discuss these results and all this stuff, and stay tuned for that. Anyway, you guys, it's Wealth Wednesday. We are going to talk about money, which I guess the results of the election will play into a big part of. They say the economy coming here. Yeah, they say the economy here in Canada. And I did find remember we were talking about doing a fun stock thing. They have one. They have one on. If you're with Royal Bank, and they probably have these on the other banks, but if you're with Royal Bank, you could go into your online banking on desktop, and they actually have one on there for the markets and stuff. I think you got to go to like My Finance Ticker or whatever, and yeah. Oh, my bro's watching my show. It's scary as Nathan doing podcasts on relationships. Hey, I even said, man, I'm not giving any advice, man. It wasn't me. I just brought on that couple that gave advice, my brother. Yeah. I am not the guy to be giving advice on relationships. I will say that right now. I will admit that, man. I am not the guy. But yeah, back to that stock thing. So it gives you $100,000 of play money, and it's real time. You can invest whatever you want. You got $100,000 of real time money, but it's all play, and then you throw it into the markets that it goes off the numbers of it's real, but it's fake money. If that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
I still I'm gonna stand by. I don't suggest anybody who hasn't been like I have a perfect example. When I started with IG, lots of guys chat about stocks. None of them invest in stocks. These are
None of them have?
No, well, that's the thing. So when I started, the guy that runs my office, and he's an incredibly smart man, great businessman, owns a bunch of businesses in Saskatoon. I have a ton of respect for him. I think he's probably the smartest man in the office. He said when he started, he did one of these simulations. He took the $100,000, he invested it, and then he also followed one mutual fund. And this isn't even like a high net worth fund. Anybody can invest in it. He's like, I spent 6 months or a year, and I day traded, and I long-term traded with this simulation account for an entire year. And he's like, at the very end, the mutual fund was ahead by 0.2%. So this is a guy that had all the time in the world to follow it, study it, and could move money around intraday because he wasn't at a job, and still could only come out a tiny bit behind of a mutual fund.
So he didn't really come out a loser?
No, he didn't. But if a guy with that much education is coming out even, I'll happily get the same result with none of the work.
Huh. So basically it comes down to if you're a gambling person in the end. Like, let's be honest, man. Like, if you like to gamble, stocks are where you're at, I guess. The way Nate here says it, like, I like to throw a few bucks into the machines once in a while. And if I can invest $250 over the course of the year, I'm going to check it out, which I think, but I'm going to try out because I have no clue. Because it looked, honestly, when I was on my account, it looked like gibberish to me, and I still didn't even know how to buy a fake stock. So there's a learning curve to it.
Yeah, there will be for sure.
I'm just trying to go on it right now, but there is a learning curve to it, and it's right there. My advisor, your custom. I think that's what it is. Anyway, I'm gonna check it out here if I can bring it up. But what you got for us today?
We said we were going to start doing a little bit about budgeting and saving. So I'm going to share my screen. I have this Excel sheet, and it's a functional Excel sheet. I can send, if anybody wants it, they can email me. I'll email it to them.
And if you guys want to get hold of Nate, there's his email. If you are interested in investing money, and when we talk budgeting, we're gonna start to talk about budgeting from a low budget of maybe 250 a month. Like if you're making that, like we're gonna try figure out how to grow your money, how to save money, even if you can't. That's the whole thing of this show of Wealth Wednesdays is start low and build up, I guess, right? And just like Nate says here, I'm on the total opposite, which is good. I mean, it's always good to have two perspectives here, but like I want to go back to those stocks because I know everyone is interested in stocks, man. I don't care who you are, you're always interested in them. Nate knows about them. He likes to play the safe side. Me, I like to throw caution into the wind a little bit, but maybe that's why he's got money and I'm broke all the time.
I wouldn't say that I play the safe side. My personal investments are really aggressive.
But I'm talking legit stocks of doing your own thing where you guys combine.
I prefer to be diversified. I like to have a little bit of money in every sector in every country.
Yeah, see, and then I have no clue what that means. So, but yeah, but I mean, yeah. So later on in these shows, man, I do want to hit those stocks because
we can be honest.
Well, let's do it. Like we'll play off my website, my account there on my bank. And if you want to play along too, check out your account. Just see if there's a stock thing in there somewhere in that where you can do it for free, for fun. Anyway,
so you want to click over to my screen here, Nathan?
There we go.
Okay, so this is the Excel sheet that I have. This is going to be your first step. Like if you need to be saving some money. Well, the first question is going to be how much can I afford to put away or invest? Like even if you're just putting it in a savings account at first till you build up a few grand as an emergency fund, then you keep saving. That's when you want to start getting your money invested and actually earning some interest. But the first thing to do is figure out how much can I afford to save monthly.
I got a quick question. Say I'm on Great West Life. Like a lot of people get thrown into these things. Can we, instead of our employer putting our money into there, can we just say if we want to go to you, give our money to you instead, or how's that work?
I wouldn't, depending. So with Great West Life, you probably have a matching program.
Yeah, we do.
So you want to do that first.
Oh, so the employer can't just give you the money and then match every month?
Very few. Some places will let you pick where you put the money. Like for instance, I know there's a couple car dealerships in smaller towns in Sask where they give you an option. They're like, look, you put in this much, we put in this much. You choose one of the three institutions in town.
Yeah.
But most places, like if you're with Great West Life, and that's who you're with. They're called Canada Life now. They're a sister company to IG.
Okay.
So, I mean, and that's where a lot of people that I have, like I was saying the other day that I have a bunch of clients from Dakota Dunes.
Yeah.
They were all Great West Life pensions, and they all left working either for the band or for the casino or it's going to be a hotel there soon too.
Yeah.
And they have all these pensions left over. Once you leave a job or you stop working there for a certain amount of time, you can move that money to me or to wherever you want. But if they're matching, you want to do that first because that's free money.
Yeah.
Like if your matching program is 3 and 3 or 4 and 4, you're putting in 4% of your paycheck and then they're giving you another 4%. That's free money. Like you have to do that first.
Yeah. So tough it out for whoever you're in, but then in the end, I guess move your money. I was always told to move your money after. But anyway, let's get to a little budget guide here.
So I mean, if you want to, like, I'm just gonna burn through this, but it's just this is the kind of thing you got to do first. Like, and then once you know what you can afford to save, you got to set it up automatic so you don't realize it's coming out, and just try and leave it. Whatever you do, try and leave it. I mean, obviously, there's gonna be situations where the money's got to come back out, right? But I find that if it comes out automatically, after the first couple months, you just won't notice it coming out anymore.
No, that's true. Because there's like an extra 2.4% we can take out of our check every 2 weeks, and it's just minimum. It's like just small, like $20-$30. You don't even notice. I think that's probable what you would want to do. And yeah, you're right. You start not noticing, and then it adds up like 6-7 months later. You got a nice chunk of change.
Yeah, and it does add up, man. And that's why I say, like, even if you can only put away $50 a month or $100 a month, especially if you're younger, it just start doing it. Like, it'll add up to more than you think.
Yeah.
So I mean, let's just use like a fairly low income, use like 30 grand.
That's for the year, right? Yep.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
I put it in the wrong side.
That'd be pretty deadly if you're making 30 grand a month, man.
Yeah, that would be all right.
I want that job.
So I mean, if we say let's say it's
30 grand is good. Yeah. Oh, you're going monthly?
Yeah, because that's the only one that adds up.
Try 500. Try $500.
Okay. That's low even for somebody on benefits, so isn't it? Like,
oh wow. Okay, well I'll say 1,000 then.
I mean, EI is $2,000 a month. I know, like somebody I think on like social benefits has got to be 1,000 a month would be the minimum, I would think.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going down into housing expenses.
This is Excel. You said if anyone wants to get it, they can just email you.
Anybody with a laptop, or it should even work on most cell phones.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can email me. It'll take me literally 1 second to email back to them.
Yeah.
So the nice thing about this is I find when people do budgets, they tend to forget things. We all do. Like there's always a couple bills that you miss or whatever. So this is going to remind you as you go through it, like how much is my rent, or my first or second mortgage, line of credit, property tax, strata cost, tenant insurance or house insurance. Like it's just going to go through. You just read it line by line and just enter what you pay. You come down to living expenses, groceries, personal care, baby needs. So I mean, this is kind of what needs to be done. And then once you get to the end, it's going to give you. So, and this even comes down to personal expenses.
And I was gonna say, be honest in those things, man. Like you're only lying to yourself. Like when you go into the booze or the gambling or the smokes or the whatever money, like you're just throwing away, pissing away. Be honest with yourself and see how much money you're putting in there.
Well, I do these with my clients too, and you do find that. But the thing is that people have to realize, like, even working with a planner, it's not my job to tell you how to spend your money. Like, if you really enjoy something and it's an expensive hobby, well, that's what you enjoy. That's what you want to use your money on. I'm not here to tell you not to do that. I'm here to help you figure out ways to still put some money away and do what you want to do. So I try and get people to kind of wrap their head around that before they do these, to get rid of that feeling.
Dolores, be sure to have money in the account so you don't get NSF charges.
Oh, yes. NSF charges are evil things, man.
I used to be so bad at that, man. When I was a student, man, and here's the thing. When I was a student, man, I was getting probably 2 NSF charges a month.
And that's like $70 or more.
It was 40. Yeah. Was it 35? I can't. It's been so long now. Yeah, it was like $35 for each one. Yeah. Yes, Dolores, you were so right. You were so right. Even if you gotta borrow $35, it's worth, because then those NSF check things actually go against your credit. So yeah, that's another thing we got to do about credit. How to build your credit.
Yeah. So yeah, this, I mean, I don't think we really have time to go through the whole thing, but
yeah,
anybody who wants to do it, it's going to help you remember like literally every single thing. It's very complete. And then once you're done, it comes out, you can do your total. This is a functional sheet. Like if I add $400 here, it's going to add your expenses, and then it's going to show you what you have left over. Or it'll tell you if you're negative, right?
Yeah.
Now you're minus 200.
Oh, is this the thing you're asking me to do?
No. But you should do this too.
Yeah, I do, man. Like I for one am I'm bad with my money, man. Like I admit it, I am really bad. Like once I have money in my account on the positive side, which is very rare, I tend to think I need to buy something. It right in my head. I got to go buy a tool. I got to go to Walmart because I need this thing. And that's the thing. It's about being very, very aware of what you need. Like so many people have like gone into Walmart for milk or bread or whatever, a little $30 budget. And you walk out probably spending $150 on just shit you don't need. That's where this budget would come in handy, because it's like the amount of money we waste, like I personally waste, is so stupid, man. Like if I was actually doing this, I'd probably have money in my bank.
Well, and the nice thing about this is like, and you don't have to go through the whole thing either, right? Like you can just start simple. But when you first come in to do it, sorry, I know I'm bombing the screen around all over the place here. My mouse is very sensitive. Like
we're all sensitive today.
Like when you come over to groceries, like this is a monthly cost. So when you do it the first time, you'd be like, okay, if it's just one person in a household, they could say like, okay, I need $300 for groceries. Well, you save this on your desktop, your computer. The next time you're on your computer, just open it up and like just keep track for 1 month. Like, was it actually 400, and then come back and change it, or try and keep yourself to that 300. Like I find doing these, it's not even always to find out right away how much you have, but it just makes you conscious of how much you're spending.
Yeah. And that goes back to when I was starting to work on my credit hero a couple years ago. I started being conscious of paying my bills on time, which I never did ever. Like got a bill, I didn't care. I'd let it sit there for 4, 5, 6 months because I didn't care. Like, it's going against your credit and everything. I didn't care because I knew my credit was shit. So once you're conscious of exactly this, like once you're conscious of what it's going on, then you're going to start paying a little more attention to it. And it doesn't matter exactly how much money you make. You can make little to $1,000 a month, or even lower to whatever you make, in the thousands per month, whatever.
There are people that I know that are better savers that make $30,000 a year gross.
Yeah.
Than people that I work with that make 200. It's
right?
just about being smart with your money. Like there are people that are, but I mean, for some people it's habits too. Like it's tough. Some people are very good at living within their means, and some people have struggled with it.
Yeah.
Man, my little brother's crazy. Like he's never made good money, but the guy could save like 15 grand in a year because he doesn't really do a ton. He's not like he doesn't go out a lot. Maybe buys a few video games a year and chills out. Like makes probably half what I do and could easily save what I save. Like it's pretty nuts.
So he's pretty smart with his money. And I know my one buddy is frugal, like big time frugal. Like the guy makes big money and he's really frugal too with his cash. He's always talking about, he says he can sit on his ass for like 4 or 5 years if he ever got let go of his job. Yeah. He's got a finance investor, all that crap, eh? Yeah. So there you guys go. Go ahead, Nate.
That's the thing, man. It's not hard to find somebody to work with. You just got to try. Like you got to go out of your way to do it is the thing.
So how do you guys charge? You guys charge per hour? Like say somebody over here wanted to, like say, let's just somebody was watching and they're making the bare minimum. I mean, like, shit money, right? How do you guys charge if they wanted to get a hold of you? Sorry.
Almost anywhere you're investing, unless you're investing a lot of money, unless you're investing in. So, and that's the other thing, like doing individual stocks. Every time you buy or sell a stock, you're going to get a charge.
Yeah.
Every single time you buy or sell one, you're going to get charged. So if you're going to go in and play and move around lots and stuff, those charges are going to add up to more than you think.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of the bank trading accounts are pretty decent. They're only like 10 or 20 bucks every time. But I think about that, if like, say you're only going to go toss 200 bucks in that account. Well, if you make 3 trades, you've already lost a good chunk of your 200 bucks.
Yeah.
So that's something to consider. But for people like me, mutual funds and ETFs and stuff are always done on a percentage. So the way it works is, so the way it used to work, and it's the easiest way to explain it, is if you had $10,000 invested and you made 6% on that in the year, like say it was a good year where you were in an aggressive fund and you made 6%, your statement used to show that you made 4%. The 2% is how you pay the bank, how you pay your advisor, how you pay everything else.
Okay.
So there's
no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, that was a big question that just popped up.
Yeah, I'll throw it up here in a bit here.
It's always done on percentages, and the bank is the same way. Everyone's the same way. Whenever you invest in a mutual fund, it's always going to be a percentage. Now, what's changed with IG is it used to be you had to have over about 500 grand in an account at the bank before they let you use Series U mutual funds, and the U stands for unbundled. It means it's an advisory account. So now the fees are a little bit smaller in total, but now you can see what you paid to the mutual fund, because mutual funds are their own entity. They have to pay their own taxes, and they have to pay to make their own stock trades inside the mutual fund.
So this is how you guys make the money? This is how someone like...
No, the mutual fund is held outside IG. So that's how the mutual fund pays itself just to survive. And then the advisory account, the advisory fee is what pays IG to have a building, have advisors, pays us to have a job, stuff like that. Now, the thing to remember is that you're in a mutual fund, you're very rarely going to be seeing less than 3, 4, 5%. So your fees depend on how much money you have in the account, but it's always just going to be like you made a little bit less than you did. You're never going to be like, hey, Nate, I need you to do this. And I'm going to be like, okay, that's $50 for my half hour I spent on you. It's not how it works. So the nice thing is the more engaged you are and the more engaged your advisor is, the more money you're getting for those fees. The more value you're getting for those fees.
So my question is, I guess, can and I don't, you don't have to answer if you don't want to. If someone who doesn't have that much money, can they afford to go to you? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
can anybody
can. So I mean, I'm in a position right now where I'm not taking on all clients.
Yeah.
Because I have a IG caps our number of clients, so I can't take on too many. Like I couldn't take on 50 people putting $20 a month away because that would use up all my spots, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, so you pick and choose who you want as a client, kind of thing.
Yes and no, but I would just hand, like, there are other consultants starting out that are still good consultants. So I mean, I can always find somebody a consultant too. It's not like IG wouldn't help them.
Yeah.
The other thing is, like, IG owns. Have you seen Wealthsimple? Have you seen the ads for Wealthsimple?
No, I haven't.
Wealthsimple is one of the online brokers that is like, if you're only putting 10 or $20 a month away, that's where I would suggest you go.
Okay. I want to go to this Dolores comment. Sorry, we're running out of time, but I think this is pretty cool. She goes, I don't know if it's this. Yeah, I earned $600 in free groceries, PC points. I swiped my card at Superstar within 8 months, saving the points. There's also other apps like Checkout 51, but I found PC points to be more beneficial. That is something actually
people that used to cut coupons, except it's easier now. You just swipe a card.
Yeah. And use your phone, like, you know, they're all on there. I think that's something we should dive into, because if you're doing that, that frees up more money for somebody like you to work with, right? There's a connection there.
And what I would say, man, is like, as far as the question about people affording to invest, everybody can afford to invest. Because like what I said before, I mean, if you're making, because there's no flat charge, and I mean, if it's only $10, $20 a month, you can just do it at your bank too.
Yeah.
Like they have RSP and TFSA accounts, and you can do that. It's just the only thing I will say, like working with a personal advisor such as me compared to the bank, the advisors at the bank don't have a cap to how many people they work with.
So you're basically becoming a number to them.
Well, I mean, not always. There are some good advisors that work at banks, but
No,
the
but
issue,
in majority, you guys are more personal based, and they're
yeah,
we're just coming under as my name's Nathan Arias, and then they just
yes,
keep going on kind
yeah,
of thing.
yeah. And the
Yeah.
other thing is like I run my own business with IG. I'm
Hmm.
not like an employee of IG. I'm self-employed, whereas
Yeah.
a bank employee is an employee of the bank.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
The
the
hustle
fees
and
are
grind is not
basically,
there.
yeah, the fees are basically the same at IG and the bank. They're actually lower at IG sometimes. So if you're paying the same amount of money, the value is where someone's going to help you more, right?
Hmm.
But I would
Um,
say that PC points, man, my wife uses those, and I would say that's one of the better programs.
let's dive into that. So right now, this is budget month. November is budget month. We're just talking about budgeting. I think I want to dive into that. What Dolores said there. You guys reading the comments about using her PC points. I've never really thought about that, connecting it to the longer game where, because in it's like it is the long game. We're all playing the long game here. The short game, you guys, that's when you're going to go try your luck in the stocks, which probably more than likely is not going to pan out just because, I think that's what the general norm is. But doing something like that, what Dolores did is with the PC points, saves you money in the long run because you always want to try to save money and you don't want to go spend that money extra and buy stupid stuff like something I would do. If I had extra $600, I'm buying something stupid. Now I'm starting to think about consciously how I want to invest this money because I want to possibly buy a house later. And Nate here is going to, be one of the people that I would want to go through. Um, Man, we could just talk forever on finance. I really like these Wednesday shows, man. I
It's
just want to
actually
read.
really tough to fit it into a half hour. I find that half hour burns by so quickly.
But that's why we got all year. So that's why I think we're going to be starting to do sections here. I just want to read these comments real quick. Hi, I do that, Sam. You can also price match at some stores. There's an app
Yeah,
called
that's true.
Flip, which carries all. Oh, I did not know that. Carries all the e-flyers. You just need to show the superstore the low price ad, and they will match it. Ah,
This is going to
there's
turn into an ad for Superstore pretty soon.
Yeah. Hi, we're sponsored by Free Banking applied to Simply Financial at your local superstore. I've been with them 5 years and haven't paid a fee. Really? Wow. Who knew that? I did not
There are
know
a
that.
couple. There are a couple downsides to working with Simply Financial. But as far as like your checking account,
Yeah.
they're totally fine. They're actually run by CIBC. They're owned by CIBC. The only difference is they don't have any physical branches.
Oh, okay. It's just an online thing.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, but I have clients that use them for their checking accounts. Nothing wrong with them.
Yeah. Get the young adults investing early, even at $25 a month. Create a decent enough future for them if they can leave it alone. Yes.
Completely
Yes.
true.
That's it, you guys. We got to get going here. Everyone's got to get to work. And thank you for tuning in. Next Wednesday, Nate, we're going to have more information on Wealth Wednesdays. If this is the only show you want to watch all week, hey, awesome. Come join us every Wednesday at 7. We might do, I don't know, Nate, we should talk about doing an hour-long segment of some kind that'll flow into the show.
I think, remember I was talking about like preparing a proper plan for you. Like that would be a good one to do for an hour.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe that's what we'll do. I'll be the guinea pig on that one, and we can just see what goes on. But I really like those PC points and all that. I want to dive more into that because everyone's about saving. Everything's online now with tech, where it should be easy no matter what. If you have a phone, even if you don't have, if you're on the minute plan, there should be an easy way for everyone to start tracking how much they save. So, any last words, Nate, before we sign out?
No. I'll keep my I'll keep a list going in front of me this week, trying to think of some other good kind of money saving tips for next week.
Awesome. And we will dive back into the stock market because I really want to check that out. And like I said, you guys go into your website, go into your bank on the desktop version and kind of play around with it. There's a lot of new. I'm with Royal Bank, so Royal Bank I know has it. Other banks probably do. About that fake stocks where you can just have some fun. We're out of here, you guys. You guys have an awesome Wednesday. Stay tuned for tomorrow, Thursday, and yeah, peace out.